Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here. And the big shock to come out of the live stream yesterday was that Cross Progress is coming on Monday. It wasn't a shock that Cross Progress is in the works because they told us that they were working on this. And I had a lot of comments over the last few months saying, still no update on Cross Progress. And I said, well, this is a feature they promised to us for the season of the summer. And we're only 3 weeks into summer, so they actually have until late September to deliver on this. So let's just be patient and give them time to work it out. And then next thing you know, boom, hey, it's happening on Monday. Can't believe this is going to be ready before the 2v8 launches, honestly, but here we are. So, yeah, they announced it yesterday, and they've given us this FAQ and details on how to set it up. So we're going to read through all this in case you are somebody who needs this information. Cross Progression is coming to Dead by Daylight on July 22nd, and we've got you covered with everything you need to know about the anticipated feature. And we have a link for details on how to do it and the FAQ. And then they've given us this chart here, which basically says that everything is going to be transferred from one platform to another if you play on multiple platforms, with the exception of Switch, in which that your Auric cells are going to be locked to Nintendo Switch. Those won't carry over to other platforms. And any DLC that you bought on Nintendo Switch will be locked to Nintendo Switch. You can't carry that over to other platforms. However, if you're somebody who has bought DLCs on other platforms such as PlayStation, Xbox, you can migrate those DLCs over to Switch. So it's like a one-way street. Anything you bought on another platform, you can bring it to Switch. Things that you bought on Switch, you can't bring it anywhere else. So that's the only exception to this whole thing. So we're going to go ahead and read through these articles here, help you navigate it in case you need help with this or don't understand what it is and if it applies to you. Okay, so first we're going to read through the news article about Dead by Daylight Cross Progression is coming. And here we go. 1 minute read. Cross Progress is coming to Dead by Daylight, and we've got you covered with everything you need to know about the anticipated feature. Set to go live on July 22nd, Cross Progression allows players to sync their Dead by Daylight progress across all available platforms with selected exceptions. Those Nintendo Switch things we talked about. How to set up Cross Progress. Create or log into your behavior account, enable Cross Progression, select your platforms and link your platform account, sync your game progress. You could see the process in action by watching this quick setup video below. Guess the video wasn't ready. Please note that some content will not be available on certain platforms, so please refer to the graph below for specifics. So that's what we talked about, those Nintendo Switch stipulations. There's also an FAQ that covers more specific questions in detail, so please don't hesitate to check it out right here. We'll look at that FAQ after this. We know that Cross Progression has been highly requested for some time now, and we're thrilled to finally make it available to our players. If you still have questions that weren't covered in here or in the FAQ, consider signing to our official forums or join the Dead by Daylight subreddit. See you in the fog, the Dead by Daylight team. So let me go ahead and click this behavior account and see if I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so clicking this link here takes me to my behavior account. And then the part we're looking at here is the connections. So I have my Steam and my Epic linked and synced. So that's what the Cross Progress is. Anything I do on Steam will carry over to my Epic account. Anything I do on Epic will carry over to my Steam account. And then you could add, if I had Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, I could add those here as well to be synced up and have Cross Progress on all of those platforms. I don't own those consoles, but now with this coming on Monday, we could make those connections too. Okay, so now we're going to read through the FAQ, which hopefully this will answer any questions that you might have about it. And I'll have the links to these articles if you want to follow them and sign up for your behavior account and get all that going. We're going to read through the FAQ here first. So let's see here. What is Cross Progression? Cross Progression allows you to synchronize different elements of your inventory on all of the participating platforms where you play. As it is a separate product, there will be no Cross Progression available for the Dead by Daylight mobile version. That's probably the primary question that many of you had. Can you transfer to mobile? The answer is no. Here are the platforms that will participate in Cross Progression: Steam, Epic Games Store, Windows Store, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. The extent of what is shared in your inventory depends on the platforms synced, as there are some restrictions which will be shared below. What's the difference between linking and syncing my behavior account? Linking will take the accounts of your choices on PCs and console and create the link between that account and your behavior account. If you have not also synced your account, you can unlink the provider account for a different one. However, there is a 60-day waiting period before you can link a different account of that same platform again. If you wish to relink the original provider account, you will be able to do so without a delay. So be very careful with that, because I have seen some people in the comments that said that they have gotten messed up with this unlinking thing for the 60-day wait. So be careful. Make sure you know what accounts you're syncing and linking. Syncing allows players to unify their Dead by Daylight accounts and share their progress in the future. More information about how to sync your accounts can be found here. After syncing your accounts, you will be unable to unlink your provider account. The sync button will check to make sure that your in-game account, Dead by Daylight, is connected to your behavior account and update the information that is communicated between the two. This can be done after linking your desired account to your behavior account. I have Dead by Daylight on Nintendo Switch. Can I share progression and DLC on other platforms now? Cross progression for the Nintendo Switch will function slightly differently than across other platforms in the following ways. Purchased Auric cells are not able to be shared. Purchased DLC can be shared from other platforms to the Nintendo Switch, but players cannot share from the Switch to other platforms. Now, that's not talking about your character levels and prestige and things. That's purely the DLC, like the owning the chapters, is what can't be shared. How many platforms can I link and sync? I have 2 Steam accounts. Can I sync them? You will be able to link and sync one platform account. For example, this means you can have one Steam account, one Epic Games account, and one Xbox account synced, but you can't sync 2 Steam accounts. I've made a lot of progress on my characters on only one platform and not much on the other. What is going to happen? Any progress you have made on character levels and perks will not go to waste. The highest value will be carried over. For example, if Jake is level 50 on Steam and level 3 on your Xbox, Jake will be level 50 on all platforms you have synced. This will also be how items and offerings are synced with the higher value being used. Now, I have seen one example where someone said they have 1,000 flan on one account and 1,000 flan on the other account. They aren't going to add them together. They're only going to take whichever has the highest amount of inventory. So say one account has 999 cakes and the other account has 1,001 cakes. Well, you're only going to end up with 1,001 cakes. So get to spending the cakes on the account that has fewer, because they're going to be lost in the merge. That's one thing to consider. There's one drawback here. I made a lot of progress on my characters. Okay, we already read that. Sorry. My accounts have different amounts of the in-game currencies. What's going to happen to them? Once your accounts are synced, you'll get a new wallet, which will store an accumulated level total of the Auric cells you own on your accounts, except for Nintendo Switch. You'll be able to access this shared wallet on any of the cross-progress enabled platforms you play on. Excuse me. For Nintendo Switch, Auric cells will stay with the platform account and cannot be shared. However, blood points, iridescent shards, and rift fragments will be accumulated and shared across all platforms. If the accumulated total of blood points exceeds the maximum amount of 2 million, you'll not be able to earn them from trials, daily challenges, and archives. That doesn't mean that you're going to lose any blood points that exceed the cap, only that you're not going to be able to earn any more blood points until you spend that amount down lower than the 2 million cap. So let's say you have 2 million blood points on one account, 1 million on the other account. They'll get merged and you'll have 3 million. But you won't be able to earn any more blood points until you spend it down under 2 million, because you're already exceeding the cap. So you won't be able to get any more. That makes sense? You'll have to spend it down, but you're not going to lose it. My platforms have been synced. but why can I only see this item on one platform? Some items are platform exclusive and will not be shared. So an example of this would be like a creator exclusive cosmetic that is on Steam that won't carry over. I have some examples of that already in my own account. Some Steam exclusive cosmetics that are tied to creators that I can't use when I play on Epic. So that's what that's talking about. So don't get too upset about that. It probably will not apply to you. Very few items will fit in that category. Once I have enabled cross progression, can I unsync my platforms from the behavior account? You're not able to unsync platforms from your behavior account once you have synced accounts. Player support is also unable to circumvent this restriction on request. Okay. Why am I unable to sync one of my platforms? We highly recommend that players boot the game on the latest version before enabling cross progression in order to facilitate the syncing progress. So make sure you have uploaded the latest patch. Make sure you're playing on the latest patch before you do this. Please note this is a mandatory requirement for players on Nintendo Switch and Windows Store. The game will need to be updated and launched before you can begin setting up cross progression on your account. How long will it take to have my platforms synced? The time it would take for your accounts to be synced into a behavior account varies. It is dependent on factors such as how much data the original platform account has. The more data there is, and the number of players trying to sync their accounts, the longer it will take. Maybe it's a better idea to do this before, either do this before Monday or wait a while after Monday. And Monday probably going to be a lot of people trying to do this. What if I already own the same DLC content on multiple platforms? That's a good question. We're unable to retroactively refund your duplicate purchases, but we want to thank you for your long-term support of DBD. As a thank you, we will gift players with 4,500 iridescent shards automatically the first time they sync their accounts if they own the same DLC on multiple platforms. This special thank you gift is available for 3 months after cross progression is released until October 22nd, 2024. So you have to get your cross progress enabled before that date if you want to take advantage of this buyback with the iridescent shards. For example, if you own the Skull Merchant chapter on 2 different platforms, you bought it twice, well, you're going to qualify for this 4,500 iridescent shards as a rebate. When I launched my game, my settings were different. What happened? Settings are not included in the behavior account sync, and they'll need to be adjusted to your desired preferences. How do I get the Campfire Charm? I remember so many people asking me how to get this Campfire Charm, and I never knew how I got it, and it was because I was one of the first guinea pigs for cross progress when it became available on Epic. Players will receive the Campfire Charm when they first sync their accounts. If you had already synced your accounts in the past, don't worry. Synced players will be granted this charm retroactively with no further action needed. Yeah, and then there was a time where people were doing cross progress after me and they didn't get the charm and we couldn't figure out why. So I guess it was like on hiatus for a while. Please note that the charm may not appear immediately after syncing. For those who had previously synced accounts, we hope to have the charm sent out by the beginning of August. We thank you for your patience. How do I enable cross progression? The first step will be to create a behavior account here, and there's the link. I'll have the links to both of these articles in case you need any of this information to review it again when you're going to do this. Players who have already created a behavior account can simply log in and go to the connections page to link and sync their different platform accounts. Click here to read through how to set up cross progression. I think that just takes us back to the other thing that we looked at. And then there's that chart again. And that's it. Okay, no, I'm wrong. This takes you back to that page I showed you. However, click here to read through how to set up cross progression. This is another tutorial, so I'll walk you through this one too here. So here we go. Cross progression setup. Please note, players can link sync one external account per platform. Once you have linked and synced an account, you are unable to change the account for another. That means once you've picked like one Steam account to link, you're not going to be able to pick the other one. So make sure you know which account you're linking here. How do I enable cross progression? The first step is to create a behavior account. That's the page we showed you already. Those who already have created a behavior account can simply log in and go to the connections page. So that's over here that I showed you how my accounts are synced here with those connections. And then it says here you'll find the external accounts that you have linked to your behavior account. We do not publish any information about these accounts. And then there's the linked accounts, and here's the available accounts that you had. So if you owned all of these and had an account on all of these, you could link and sync all of these different platforms together now at this point. When selecting the platform to be linked, you'll be given an advisory and button to confirm. Please note that if you decide to unlink these accounts in the future, there is a 0-day waiting period. I thought it's supposed to be 60. A 0-day waiting period before you can relink a new Steam account. I think it's supposed to say 60. By clicking confirm, I can confirm that I'm 18 years of age or older, and I accept privacy policy and terms of use. Select confirm, and that'll prompt you to sign in on that platform. After logging into the platform, you'll then be asked to allow the accounts to be linked with the behavior account. Behavior wants to access your Epic, and then you got to give them permission to do it, to do the linking. Click allow. Afterwards, the account will have successfully been linked to your behavior account and will show up under your linked accounts. And then you see here in your connections, now the Epic is part of your linked stuff. Here you'll find the external accounts that you have linked to your behavior account. Will not publish any information. And then those are the ones that you have left. From here, you'll be able to sync their linked platform accounts at will. Reminder, once your account has been synced, you're unable to sync another platform account or unsync your platform account. Additionally, there may be a wait period for when your accounts will finish syncing after the process is started. Once your accounts have been successfully synced, you'll receive the following pop-up the next time you launch the game. Cross progression activated. Congratulations, you have enabled cross progress on your synced accounts. Okay, yeah, so somebody told me that they had this pop up because they went through the steps and they said this popped up, but nothing changed because it's not going to happen until the 22nd. So they're set up and they got this pop up already, but nothing changed because the information transfer isn't happening until Monday, July 22nd. Okay, so I'll have links to all these articles if you want to read through them again, if you're having trouble doing the steps as I've shown you here. And yeah, so everybody's like super happy this is coming. We waited a long time here for them to get all of the platforms to agree to it. And I know that Matthew said they didn't want to do it unless they could provide the service for everyone. And this is as close as they could come with those couple of caveats for Nintendo Switch. But yeah, cross progress is here. So if you're somebody who's been waiting a long time to get this set up, now's the time. And, you know, I hope that everything works out wonderfully in the future on all of this, and there's no hiccups, and everybody's gonna dance around the campfire with the new Campfire Charm. So another question I had is somebody said, well, what if I have a level 50 Jake on Xbox and I have a level 50 Meg on PlayStation? What's going to happen? Well, it's going to be a merged account. It's going to take your best version of every character, and that's how that's all going to work with the merging there. All right, so that's all I have for you today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the time you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel a ton. If you have any questions about any of this, let me know. I'll see if I can figure it out and help you navigate through it. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.